Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you? I hope you are fine. Today we are going to start the present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Okay, just look at the example. I have sung. Okay, the present perfect tense is a rather important tense in English, but it gives speakers of some languages a difficult time. That is because it uses concepts or ideas that do not exist in those languages. In fact, the structure of the present perfect tense is very simple. The problems come with the use of the tense. In addition, there are some differences in usage between British and American English. Okay, we will talk about this when we will be discussing the uses of this present perfect tense. First, we look at the structure and use of the present perfect, followed by quiz to check your understanding. Okay, just left with this part. You are not going to have a quiz. Rather, you will be given assignments. Accordingly. Structure: how to make the present perfect tense. Use: when and why to use the present perfect tense. For and since with the present perfect tense. What is the difference between for and since? Okay, just look at the structure. I have sung. Okay, here subject plus has, have, then third form of verb. Okay, I'll show you the structure. Okay, before discussing the structure, look at this part. The present perfect tense is really a very interesting tense and a very useful one. Okay, it is considered to be one of the most useful tenses. Okay, we often use present perfect tense. We have to come across with this tense, to carry on our business of life and daily routines. Try not to translate the present perfect tense into your language. Just try to accept the concepts of this tense and learn to think present perfect. You will soon learn to like the present perfect tense, right? Okay. How do we make the present perfect tense? Okay, look at the structure. Subject plus auxiliary verb, has and have. Okay, then main verb. Okay, when to go for have and when to go for has, easy. Third person singular. Okay, have will take has, whereas first person singular, that is I, and all the other plural forms take have. Okay, let's have these examples. Okay, these two sentences belong to positive. I have seen. Okay, I have seen ET. English teacher. You have eaten mine. Okay, she has not been to Rome. Okay, to make such structure negative, you need not to bother about, because you have just to put not after auxiliaries. Okay, this way you can make or convert this structure into negative, right? Okay, look at the interrogative. With the help of auxiliary movement, if you bring auxiliary like we have already done with the other tenses. Okay, if we bring auxiliaries like have, has, before the subject, and by putting question mark at the end, you can easily make this structure interrogative, right? Okay, here we talk about contractions. You can also go for contraction, though it is not supposed to be formal, especially when you are writing essay or paragraph. Okay, you should go for the full form. When we use the present perfect tense in speaking, that is why the writer, okay, has mentioned here in speaking. Speaking is okay, considered to be colloquial or informal. Okay, you need not to be very much bothered about the formality while speaking. So in speaking, we usually contract the subject and auxiliary verb, right? Shorten. Contract means shorten. We also sometimes do this when we write. Sometimes, right? I have, the contracted form of I have is I have, I, then apostrophe, then V and E. This is equal to I have. You have, he has, she has, okay, and it has, it is also. John has, the car has, okay, we have, they have, etc. and etc. He and his, be careful. The apostrophe plus S contraction is used for the auxiliary verb have and be. It is also equal to is or am, right? For example, it's eaten can mean it has eaten in case of present perfect tense active voice, and it is eaten present tense passive voice. So okay, be careful while using such contractions because it either be the present perfect or the okay simple present, right? So your context pilots you, okay? So it is usually clear from the context, okay, what the context okay talks about, okay, will tell you whether the contraction has been used as present perfect tense or simple present, right? Here are some examples. I have finished my work. John seen it. They have gone home, right? Now look at its uses. How do we use the present perfect tense? This tense is called the present perfect tense. There is always connection with the past and with the present. How? I'll make you clear about the present tense, present perfect tense. Okay, uses of present perfect tense. The basic use of present perfect tense is to show an action which has begun or which began in the past and completed in the present, and in present if you can still experience the impacts of that completed action, when you should then go for the present perfect tense. Okay, there are basically three uses of present perfect tense: experience, change, and continuing action or situation. First, present perfect tense for experience. How does this tense show? Okay, present perfect tense shows experience. We often use the present perfect tense to talk about experience from the past. We are not interested in when you did something. We only want to know if you did it. For example, I have seen it. Okay, he has lived in Bangkok. Have you been there? We have never eaten caviar, right? So the action or state was in the past. In my head I have a memory now. So this is the impact. Right? The action though okay got completed in the past, but you have the impact in the present, so you should go for this tense to use. Connection with past, the event was in the past. Connection with the present, in my head. Now I have memory of the event, I know something about the event, I have experience of it. So since you have okay, you are witnessing or you have witnessed, right, the impact of that completed action in the present, that is why there is connection okay between the past and the present, right? It talks about an action began in the past, completed in the past, but you have the impact in the present, right? For example, if you go into your class and if you see nobody in the class, you should say, okay, all the students have gone. Why? How can you say so? Because you are, okay, you have seen nobody in the class. That is the impact. Though, okay, the action of the students, okay, to leave the class, okay, might have been or surely have been done in the past, okay, but you see the experience or you see the impact in the present. That is why you use, okay, all the students have gone, right, seeing the empty class, right. Now look at present perfect tense for change. We also use the present perfect tense to talk about a change or new information. For example, I have bought a car, okay, last week I didn't have a car, now I have a car, right. Last week I did not have a car, but a change happens, right, like no I have a car means no I have bought a car, okay. So by this time in the present I own a car, so okay, it talks about a change, okay, from old to a new, right. Okay, John has broken his leg. Yesterday John had a good leg, he hadn't have a broken leg. Now he has a bad leg, he has a broken leg, now he has broken his leg. That is the change we talk about, okay, using this tense. Okay, let's have the another example. Has the price gone up? Okay, just take an example from today's context. The prices of gold, okay, just reaches 1,15,000 rupees in Pakistani market. And yesterday it was not. Today it reaches this, okay, height. So it also, okay, talks about a change, right. I hope you have, okay, got understood about this, how it talks about a change, right. Let us have another example. The police have arrested. Police, this word police is basically, okay, from French word. It is French originated word, so do not treat it as ordinary or common English word, okay. Police is also used as plural. If you intend to, okay, make it singular, then you should add policeman or policewoman, right. The police have arrested the killer. It means yesterday the killer was free, the killer was not arrested, now he is in prison, okay, he has been caught. So there is a change, right. The connection with the past is the opposite of the present. Connection with the present is the opposite of the past. Americans do not use the present perfect tense so much as British speakers. Americans often use the past tense instead, right. Okay, just mind it, okay, keep in mind. An American might say, did you have lunch, where a British person would say, have you had lunch, okay. We knowingly and unknowingly or unknowingly use the both. Okay, now look at its third use, that is present perfect tense for continuing situation. Okay, we often use the present perfect tense to talk about a continuing situation. For example, let's have an example. For example, I have not visited my aunt since March. Okay, means since March you have never visited your aunt, okay. The action of not visiting your aunt continues from, since March, okay. That is what we call, okay, for continuing situation, right. This is a state that started in the past and continues in the present and will probably continue in the future. This is a state, not an action, we usually use for or since with this structure, as I have just given, okay, you the example, right. I have not visited my aunt since March. When to go for since and when not to go for, okay, this, and when to go for and not to go for this. Okay, when you can go and, okay, calculate exactly the time of beginning of that particular action, you should go for since. Otherwise you okay, you better go for. I have worked here since June. If you talk about months, okay, it is clear that you are talking, okay, the ongoing year. So okay, months always take since. I have worked here since June. He has been ill for 2 days. You do not know which 2 days, right? If you put a word last before this days, then it will become since. Okay, it will take since. How long have you known Tara? Okay, how long have you known Tara? Right, the situation started in the past, it continues up to now, it will probably continue in the future, right? So connection with the past, the situation started in the past. This is okay, how it has connection with the past. How does it have connection with the present? The situation continues in the present. That is why it has connection with the present. Okay, use of since and for with present perfect tense. We often use for and since with the present perfect tense. We use for to talk about a period of time, 5 minutes, 2 weeks, 3 years. We use since to talk about a point in the past, in the past time, 9 o'clock, 1st January, Monday, etc. and etc. Right? For a period of time, since a point of time. This is really very much important. Point of time, whenever you have the point of time in the past, you can go and calculate the exact time, okay, when has the action begun, right? A period of time, while discussing period of time, you cannot calculate the exact time in the past, right? These are 6:15 past 6 p.m. Monday, January 1994, 1800. I left school. Okay, the beginning of time, etc. and etc. are points in the past. Here are examples. I have been here for 20 minutes. I have been here since 9 o'clock. Okay, dear students, for can be used with the tenses. Since is usually used with perfect tense only. All the tenses you can go for, but since is usually used with perfect tenses only. This is not a hard and fast rule, so just unlearn about this, okay, and retain with the rest, right? I have an assignment. You need to have 10 sentences, okay, with different subjects and different verbs, okay, showing different situation like experience, continuing situation, and change. Important, this is important. Okay, 3 sentences should be showing experience, 3 sentences should be from change, and 3 sentences should be from, okay, continuing action. Okay, you can add 4 sentences to last one, right? But you have to make sentences with different subjects and different verbs, okay? And don't forget using for and since appropriately. Thank you.